good.
We're trying to capture the madness that this must have been. At any second could be the end of him. It's just a stray blade or a horse falling or a guy, you know, sticking him in the back. And he's barely surviving. We've been choreographing action that should look like it's kicked off in the street. It should look like absolute lunacy.
Oh. They're so similar, but they're the antithesis of each other.
Ramsay's weapon all the way through.
Oh, it's going. Keep going, Nick. Keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, going. And when he gets to about there, shoot him.
Okay.
Okay? So
Oh,
that
I
means
see, yeah.
let loose.
Just fighting each other. Superimpose a second horse, which was a CGI horse that would seem to hit the real horse.
Where you've got a giant pulling a guy out of the crowd and smashing his head with his bare hand. You've got horses crashing into each other.
You can't run two horses together because you kill the horses. It became about marrying real horse falls with the digital world.
We've got all sorts.
The best way to describe Bob is everyday spectacle and keep it about the characters, because in the end, no one cares about, you know, Wildling number 6 dying. What they care about is Jon going to survive or not, and is he going to whip Ramsay's ass?
Bit higher, Kit, bit higher.
Down to the set, and I would send them back and say, more blood, more mud. And that's all I ever said, is more blood, more mud. And with Kit, it was more blood, more mud. That's all I was going for, is how dirty can we make this war?
Start there. You wake up and some of the pieces are missing and you don't know where you are. And it becomes a series of discoveries. Where am I? Oh, well, I think I know where I am, and why am I naked? Then he looks down to discover that he has all these wounds. And then all of a sudden the memories start flooding back and panic ensues. So it really becomes...
Lift your legs up, please, gents. Cuando digamos acción, todos vendréis corriendo hacia acá.
Shock to the system.
You have to loosen this off. Yeah. Loosen the actual dressing rope.
The first time feeling that drop and the noise of the barrels being pulled back is terrifying when you're standing above it. It feels so real, and that obviously adds to the ability to act terrified during the scene.
Put your sword down and just do this, and it's like you're going to basically punch him in the face. So the next time that I see you, you've made absolute mincemeat of him.
We managed to find all these really interesting...
That I have had more shit thrown at me than any other actor on this show. I had so much crap on my face. I just wanted to finish by then. I was like, I've loved this, but let's just end. And that was good again.
How can we emulate that feeling? That's great. So let me just see this action here. Okay, Kit, ready? And action.
Kit, remember your own death and how existentially terrifying that is.
I think I referred to Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's book on death and...
Under the Mad King, and reputed by many to be the greatest sword fighter in the history of the Seven Kingdoms.
He has two swords. He's got his own traditional sword, and he's also got the Dawn, which is basically his pride and joy, which is this sort of white blade.
It was really tricky to choreograph and execute and film a very complicated sword fight and make all of the cuts and all of the parries and all the defenses and all of the kills look real and convincing while being flashed.
He stabbed him in the back.
The second part of it that made it a little trickier was that it is part of Bran's vision.
How does understand unless it's happened to you, which means no one can understand.
What did you see?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
We go through the entire scene. He walks over to the rope, starts to lift the sword. Cut. We focused on how Jon would deal with the execution of Ollie.
It all comes back to Ned Stark, you know, the man who passes the sentence, swings the sword. I mean, it's the northern ethos.
Linked in that they deal with rebirth. Jon comes back into the world naked, as if a baby at Castle Black in the cold. And Dany naked, as if a child, but merging through fire and ice.
We were standing, fights like the fight we were watching were happening probably where we were shooting this very fight.
How would I make it different? I stumbled upon a Sergio Leone movie, Anticipation of What's to Come, and I thought, that's the key to this. And little by little, tease the audience into a sense that a mythic event is about to happen.
And now it begins.
Now it ends.